Hi, and welcome back to Victoria 3. Last time we conquered Ecuador and did our best to get the economy up and running. One thing I'm trying to grapple with here is we just updated to the latest patch. I can't remember the version number, might be 1.04, but I could be completely wrong on that. So looking at our market screen, what we see, the good that we're struggling with the most for our quality of life, or standard of living, I think it's called, is clothing. They're super expensive. So the first thing I'm doing is expanding cotton production in Ecuador. Luckily, we've got Ecuador now, so that we have those cotton farms. And then after that is done building, I'm watching my balance carefully because I'm getting near the credit limit. It seems like in this game, deficit spending is good. You want to make sure you're using your credit to grow your economy. But I'm also hesitant about the interest. So we'll see how that looks. And we're losing $5,000 a month now that our investment pool is dried up. So once that finishes, we're going to have to start saving again a little bit, just because I don't like being that close to the limit. So that's finishing. We're kicking back up. Our balance is normalizing. And I'm trying to look at our next strategic move. We could take on Peru and Bolivia. Let's see what their diplomatic situation's like. So they have a defensive pact with Argentina. Let's look. They have 40 plus 6 battalions. Argentina's only got 8. That would be tough for us. We have 22 and 7. And I don't think our tech is sufficiently advanced to really take on a larger army and win. So I'm interested in colonialism. I haven't really tried to colonize much in this game yet. So let's see where that is. We're researching railways. I might actually be a little premature on that one. So let's see, where is colonialism? Oh, we have colonization there. So we have to look at our laws and see. We don't have it as an institution. Colonial affairs, colonial resettlement. Let's try it. Let's see what it'll be like. Just reading through this real quick. Yeah, we might actually let's try colonial resettlement. Let's see how that goes. Because I kind of want to take southern Argentina, Chile area. Let's see what. Okay, so Chile's already colonizing it. I wonder if we'll be able to get any. Costa Rica wants a defensive pact. That's charity. We don't. They have coal and sulfur, so that'll be helpful for us if we're able to get some of that. Right, so bureaucratic shortfall. What just hit us? Looking at why we are hitting that right now. Government expenses or interest group approval. I will take the interest group approval right now. Who is upset with me? The rural folk. So is there a benefit here that we're not getting anymore? Let's see how this goes. Let's give it one checkpoint, roll the dice a little bit, and then kick it back to turning that off and try to start moving toward our next clothing manufactory again, the textile mills. So we are really short of paper. I wonder if that must be it. So our trade route for paper must have gotten cut down. So let's see. We're not importing as much. I wonder if we can set up a new import route for paper. That would be a little more beneficial. Let's import it from America, see how what they've got. So it looks like it's getting worse. Venezuela wants a trade agreement, sure. We'll keep building that relationship. Just have a friend on our border that we're not worried about. Catholic Church gives political strength. Let's slow this down. We want the Liberal Party here. Let's see. Maximum cash reserves. That's not a problem for us. Infrastructure. Taxation capacity. That's not a problem. Labor movement. That's the direction we want to go. But I just don't think we have the money to start moving that way yet. Let's take a look at production. Crystal glass. I don't think we have access to lead. This gives us sewing machines, which we need to get some clothes rolling. So what's with this bureaucratic shortfall? It must be the law that we're trying to get. All right, yeah, so we've got a checkpoint actually coming up soon. Let's give it one more shot. And how's our budget look? We're already taxed to the max. There is nothing left to squeeze out there. And I don't want to reduce our wages further. That's going to be a challenge. How does our investment pool look? Only 20,000. So that's also going to be tough on us. Let's call it. Kindly burn this letter. Less momentum to the Conservative Party? Oh. Too late. So we can now reform the government. Let's see. I wonder if we bring in the Liberal Party, we'd have less legitimacy. Could actually do a coalition between the Liberal and Conservative government. Interesting. Let's see how that shakes out. So I think we must just be having trouble with our paper import routes, that we're not getting enough from those routes. We're importing 15 each. If we use less paper, maybe that'll actually help, because then we won't have the input goods shortage. Just trying to find a way around this. Let's cut those wages. It's not good, but we need to. It's not an option. Yeah, I think we've got to build this. Get more bureaucracy in there. Because this tax shortfall is just killing us. Wonder if there's anything else we can do. Can we ask them for help? Let's kill this view. No, don't think there's a way to ask for money. So the number of radicals has decreased. That's good. Any ways I can kick up production? What does this require? Coal. We don't have enough coal. We're running out of good options here. I probably was not paying close enough attention earlier on. One thing I will say is that this game could use a little more optimization in terms of the UI. Like, I get that this level of granularity is great, being able to choose production methods, but it would also be cool to have it a little bit automated, just a little bit. Because this is kind of a lot to click through all of them manually. And make sure that all of our buildings are set up optimally. I haven't declared bankruptcy yet in this game, but we might find out. minus 50% efficiency, construction efficiency for 10 years. That's tough. But construction queue are canceled. Cash reserves wiped out. How close are we to done? You can look at that several ways. We just squeaked that out. Look at it. Now our bureaucratic modifier was just good enough to get the our balance back up from 0. We narrowly avoided having to declare bankruptcy. So will there be an input goods shortage here? All right, so now we're looking a little better budget-wise. I want to back off taxes, but I can't. How's our investment pool looking? Because I really want to build that, expand our, which state did we put that in? The textile mill. Because that's expensive. It's expensive stuff we've got. And that's going to take a toll on our population. Having to buy that stuff, it's going to decrease their standard of living. And that's not really what we want. All right, so let's look at our construction. Let's pause it. Have iron frame buildings. I wonder if that would be cheaper. It would be a little cheaper, but it would be slower. Let's wait a little, get our investment pool back up. Not that there's a lot there. I wonder if our paper trade routes are growing, because that could be helping us as well. Could also cancel a trade route. That's a big trade route. Don't want to cancel it. Maybe just like a level 1 route that's not as developed. That's not even ours. Importing guns. We are exporting tools. Can't cancel that. Yeah, we're exporting clippers. Now, why did our bureaucracy drop? Curious. Trade agreement with USA? Yes, very much. So that helped our bureaucracy, because it's fewer trade routes we have to manage, which is going to help us in a few different ways. With that bureaucracy balance, we get a little construction efficiency. We don't have that tax waste, and it should hopefully increase our income a little bit as we have better trade with the US. So what are our shortages? Iron, small arms, artillery, iron. So the next thing we build, we should look at an iron mine. I like to keep them in one state just because we have that throughput bonus. It's not a lot, but it's something. If we ever get there. We're just running so low on money, and our buildings are not very productive, so our investment pool isn't big. I'd like to learn more about these building ownership. Not that I've really changed them much. Get more capitalists. Interesting. So our standard of living is actually decreasing in some of these places. Yeah, it must be just because of our iron mine. Yeah, they're not able to throughput as much stuff, so that's going to reduce wages, reduce employment, and they're going to be struggling. GDP is still climbing. So it seems like the main point of the game is still line go up. And I'll admit that's pretty convincing. Just watching your GDP climb month after month is pretty cool. So how is that new textile mill doing? We're increasing employment, and we should start to see the weekly balance go up. Hopefully. And we are encouraging the manufacturing industry, so we've got basically as much throughput as you're going to see here. I wonder why that weekly balance is bad. If there's something to having to hire, like a startup cost kind of thing. Organized crime. Yeah, let's get rid of the organized crime. So now we can get sewing machines here. All right, but it requires tools, fabric, and dye. We don't have dye yet. We can build a dye plantation, I think, in one of the places in Ecuador that we took. Improved fertilizer, railway cars, nitroglycerin. Now, resource discovery would be cool for us because we have, we likely have oil in our country somewhere. Pharmaceuticals could be good. Realism would help our prestige. Maximum cash reserves. You know, I think logistics would be good. We can rely a little more on conscripts than we have been. And that would be helpful. So let's get this dye plantation up. It's not going to be huge. I don't want a defensive pact with Honduras. How many troops do you even have? 2 battalions. Yeah, that's why they want a defensive pact. Not that my army's great, but it's better than 2 battalions. Anything I can do. Let's import some iron. Would that help us? If it helps our government goods. Just import it from anywhere I can. And look, we have been so close to this credit limit for so long here. We need to grow the economy to increase our credit limit. That's really what it comes down to. Now with the dye plantation up, we might be able to increase our clothing running because we could have change the production method on our clothing workshop. Let's see, yeah, our clothing workshop, textile mills. If we do dye workshops, that's 30 more clothes, but we need dye. And that'll also increase the employment of machinists, so they'll be helpful. I wonder why our weekly balance isn't that good. Clothing prices are high, fabric prices are low. I wonder what it is. Not a fan of having to wait in between production here. And where do we have people that are unemployed? See, not many peasants there. I guess they're not technically unemployed, they're just peasants, but still. Yeah, so we really don't have a ton. Bogota in the central region is really the only one that has a substantial number of people. And we have, no, this is going to be our main industrial province. Dangerous gunsmiths. Domestic arms industry. I'm not too worried about it. I don't have the money to invest in a domestic arms industry right now. Proletarian revolt. I could back them. I don't want to. I don't want to end up fighting Great Britain. If some other really big countries jump on the revolt side, then I might make a move. But I'm not going to do it on my own. Screwing with the UK would be fun. Especially as, little New Granada. But I'm not going to be so bold as to think I can do it on my own. I wonder about a new consumption tax. That might be helpful. I know that can produce some major money for us. Can't do grain. Tobacco, coffee. Let's do tobacco. Smoking's bad for you. That'll generate some extra cash for us at least. Our interest is kind of high. I'd like to see that come down, but then it's balancing that against trying to increase our production. So iron is cheap now. Tools, moderately priced. Who else uses iron that we have? Furniture manufacturing? No. If we do this, this will increase the price of tools. So maybe we can expand our tooling workshop. I don't want to lose rank. So no, tools are pricey. Overly enthusiastic partisans. Harassing. Oh yeah, we don't want the Conservative Party. Let's crack down. Can we suppress the landowners? We don't have the authority. I would like to start moving in a different direction with it. I want to get the liberal parties in power. Start rolling out some more social reforms. Still 20% of the vote. They want to join the Liberal Party. So what if I kick out the Conservatives and bring in the rural folk? Let's try this. 62% legitimacy. But they're in power now. All right, let's pause our construction, get our bearings a little bit with this new government, see what changes we can make. I haven't really had a chance to change trade policies much. No, mercantilism. Let's see. Some tariffs, that lowers our tariffs. But it makes our trade routes more competitive. Wealth voting. Universal suffrage could be interesting. Don't want national supremacy. What do they do? Nothing too much there. Per capita taxation, I'm happy with that. Can we ban slavery? Let's try it. This is going to upset some people, but I'm okay with it. Industrial boom. Yes, need this. Very much needed. Want to boost my authority a little bit. And man, still have not increased our credit limit much. And I don't think the next technologies we're looking at are going to be too influential in that front. So landowners only have, let's see, 21% clout. They want to... Let's see. 8 weeks, 9 guys, Italians. I think we can take him. And if it's a civil war, can we then crush them? Just completely take away their power? That would be cool. Revolution is upon us. So let's activate our conscripts. We need a new general. Armed forces, take that over the Catholic Church. Okay. So let's see. How many fronts do we have? Just one front? I wonder if we send the smaller one to this front, how that would look. Who can we sway? All right, so Venezuela's going to help us. Austria, United States, Brazil. Can I get Brazil to help me? Let's see. And if I get Brazil to help me, that might even convince them just to back down. Yeah, so Brazil's on my side. They came through. They're mobilizing. They're not going to make me actually fight this, are they? I mean, it's going to be a bloodbath. They've got nothing. And our balance is good. All right. So we are at war. Let's do this. So which one are you? Yeah, you're going to advance. I'm just going to have you hold here on defense. And I wonder where my Brazilian friends are. And our Venezuelan friends should be advancing. Which they're advancing on us. But hopefully we can hold them up enough. There's really just no battles up here. Okay. Vulnerable front. I see that. I think we should be okay. Now where's Brazil? Where are our friends? They can't stop the Venezuelan army. I think that should be it for them. And now we're holding. They shouldn't... What? I thought we were winning that. What else can I do? Yeah, we'll protect the intelligentsia from the petite bourgeoisie. And let's see if we can advance a little here. Where is Brazil? I think this is showing that our military power is a little lacking. Absolutely. Thank you, Austria. Haven't had gold reserves in a very long time. All right. So we capitulated them. We're going to have some turmoil we're facing now. Let's see. I feel like with Paradox games, after there's a big change, like a peace deal or something, you've got to let it run for a little bit to let things normalize. Let it go through a cycle of recalculating things. No. I don't want to be a Scandinavian protectorate. Sounds stupid. Now, I wonder, is there anything bad I can do to the, who is it? Landowners now? So the landowners, oh, their clout is ruined. Don't have enough authority to suppress them. Can I get more? Oh, I'm still bolstering trade unions. So if I stop bolstering trade unions, where even are they? Yeah, that hasn't been successful. But what I can do is if I go back to politics, I can start bolstering some of these. Or suppressing the Catholic Church. I think that's what I want to do. And let's keep building. What are we lacking here? Paper. Small arms and artillery. All right. So we definitely need to import paper. And then small arms. Can import those from Brazil. So what do we need to build? Clothing's kind of normalized now. Fish. And then luxury goods. You know, it's kind of looking like... Oh, grain. Grain's going to be solid to build. It's simple. Not much to it. How's our investment pool look? Nothing. Why is there nothing in the investment pool? Oh, okay, we just used it all. Fair enough. I wonder if we were struggling in that fight because we didn't have enough small arms. I also wonder why we're struggling with being profitable here. Do we have a shipyard? I thought we built one last time. Yeah, we do here. So we'll start producing more, I'm guessing, after that demand kicks up. I don't know, should we start going for an arms industry? Might be worth it. So an arms industry needs iron and hardwood. We can supply those. We can do it. I wish we could. Oh, there we go. The investment pool's increasing. That's nice. Chemical bleaching. Bone china for glassworks. I don't think we have glassworks right now. I should just build a paper mill too. I don't want to. I don't know why I haven't built one. How many people are employed here? Oh, can we? No, we got sawmills. Could use some hardwood once we get our arms production up and running. And then iron is expensive again. So we've got quite the list of things we need to build here. So small arms will help us. That will reduce the cost of our government goods. When you look at goods for military buildings, it's about $2,000 a week. That'll decrease our costs. Not completely, but it'll decrease them. And then after that, that's going to increase the demand for iron. So it might be good to build another iron mine. We now have slavery banned. So this is really going to mix things up. So the intelligentsia and trade unions like it a lot. This increased our income a lot. Looks like it decreased our prestige, maybe? Let's see. We have no army or navy power projection. We have low government wages. So we've got some extra cash. We need to increase our construction sector, really. That's one thing we definitely need to do. And I wonder how it's going to affect our standard of living. It's going to be interesting to see. We've got low government wages, low military wages. Let's kick those up a little. No reason to keep them that low. Well, I guess there is some reason, but I'd like to at least be in the middle of the pack. Yeah, and we were trying to fight a war with low military wages. That should also help our standard of living. Wow, look at that. Just take it off. Should we decrease taxes? I think that would help our investment pool. It would help our standard of living. Just not ready to commit to it. Let's get this construction sector up. I'll move that up so that we can use that to start building right away. Now, a little bureaucratic shortfall. Are we still short on paper? No, it doesn't look like it. I think the next thing we need is a paper mill, as unfun as that is. Where should I build it? Ecuador's the place that has the labor for it. Why aren't we hiring? Oh, because we're losing money. Let's build a naval base there eventually. It's only 50 construction. It'll be quick. And what did I say? A paper mill? So a paper mill just requires trees, I think. Yep. And that'll be kind of a reliable industry for us because the demand's pretty solid. Doesn't fluctuate. And having this gold reserve is really nice until I completely burn through it. But I'm a big fan. We're not paying interest. We can keep building without worrying about being near the limit. Who was it? Austria that took on our debt? That was big for us. We're getting close on the arms industries. And I don't really envision us being much of a military power, though making a play for... wow, we actually need some convoys. Making a play for Haiti could be interesting. Actually, I have some Dixie people who left, so that's interesting. And we could use another port. We don't have enough convoys. What can we do? Can we change this? Yeah, that's a lot of convoys. Let's do that. That'll be helpful. And what about this port? Cargo port requires more clippers. That'll help our shipyards as well. Our shipyard should start looking profitable again. There we go. Got realism unlocked. Look, all the way back up to 29 now. We need to hit 218 to become a major power. I don't see that one really happening. Okay, so hardwood is going to be the limiting factor for us. And then tools again. We need more tools. We're spending our construction right now on a paper mill. But we can keep funding that. That's not going to be a problem for us. We've got the room to run on credit. 23 more weeks. One thing that is difficult playing as still not Grand Colombia yet, still. No, we're at Colombia. Not New Granada anymore. Is that the Andes thing on all of our states? Less infrastructure, less construction efficiency. We do have discoverable resources. So I'm curious to see what those will look like once we can check them out. It's me or them. They could be unhappy. Oh, yeah. Let's make them unhappy. It's fine by me. So for laws, social security, child labor, no migration controls. It'll radicalize some people, but the industrialists will like it. I will like it because we need more people. And just as we're building, it's going to place a little more strain on our budget because now we have 20 construction capacity. So that's just more expensive to fund the throughput each time. Money's really only used for construction right now, and I think there's some room to grow in the game there. I feel like you should be able to make bigger one-time investments on things. Conservative Party and Free Trade Party. Interesting. So the industrialists and the armed forces split. Tooling workshops, I think, could be one of our bigger challenges here. Yeah, iron's so cheap. Why is it so cheap? We've got to build that. No option. And the paper mill, they're hiring. Okay. Wood is expensive now. And we could keep building logging camps. That would be helpful. I think we'll need more of those. Elections coming up. Let's see. Conservative Party's still in the lead, but followed by the Free Trade and the Liberal Party. I really want the intelligentsia. Maybe I'll start boosting them instead. I haven't really looked at these stats in too much detail, so I'm curious. Okay, here we go. The Liberal Party is growing. That is cool. I like that. I wonder what led to that. All right, so the Conservatives have the most votes, but I'm going to try to do a coalition of liberal and free trade. Yep, exactly that. Wonder if I have just liberal? No, but I do want the industrialists. What do they give me? Production cost, investment pool. Yeah, let's do it. Intelligentsia gives me technology. They reduce technology, the rural folk. Let's keep it that way. So yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with the government. Things I've never said in real life. Let's stop suppressing the Catholic Church and then start bolstering the intelligentsia. I think that might get us closer to where we want to be. I want to see them grow. Some more progressive laws. Secular immigration. Yes, absolutely. All right, so we just finished our tooling factory. We finished our, was it general staff upgrade? So we have new infantry types. It takes a little bit to get those functional, and it'll take some money. But with our arms industry that we now have, hopefully we can... we need steel to go up to rifles. That's going to be a challenge for us. Don't know if we have the resources to set up a steel mill yet. Or tooling workshops. Let's see. We need wood. That's right. That was a something that was holding us back. So I'll set up a logging camp and just get people employed. Got 7,000 peasants here, 5,000 here. None there. Everyone must have left. So our dye plantations are losing people. Did we ever set our textile mills to produce the next level of clothing? There we go. That'll help. Just completely forgot about that. So the paper mill, let's see, trouble there is expensive wood. Not a lot of wages. But we're making progress there. So I'm trying to think of the right order to do things. Ecuador has a lot of unemployed people. What's the holdup here? What's our shortage? So wood again is expensive. Let's keep expanding this. Already got sawmills. We won't do hardwood at these, I think. I think we'll just keep it softwood. Because our need for hardwood's minimal. No migration controls. All right. So we're making progress on these laws. What's next? Censorship, right of assembly. This is what we want. Who's going to be upset? Petite bourgeoisie? We could take him. They've got petite in the name. I'm not afraid. coffee can be a good export good. So maybe coffee would be good here to balance out some of these people in Guevara. Their standard of living isn't bad, really. Because we have very few peasants, so they should be making more money not being peasants. I wonder why our trade center is doing so poorly. I really don't understand trade centers that well, so I'm not sure why they're losing money and not providing employment for us. I'd like to back down the income taxes. Untrained hands. Keep children off the factory floor. Yeah, we're just going to have to do that. Reduce our dependent income. We're going to move toward eliminating child labor soon. So before I build a steel mill, yeah. Our furniture manufactories and textile mills are not producing enough money that they're worth expanding at the moment. And I think after that's built, we could start building some of the iron and coal in Ecuador, because that's where we've got the people. I wonder how migration's looking for us. If we've got any states that are really people moving between them much. Not really. So we can expand our health system. Let's look at the institutions, see if we need a law, I think, to go with that. I think right of assembly should be pretty quick coming through. We've got 22% chance of success. So hopefully in a few rounds we'll get that one. And look, we're almost breaking even while building the steel mill, so that's good. We can build another construction sector in Ecuador. We've got a lot more people employed in Ecuador now. Let's skirt the laws, see how it goes. That did not go well. I wonder why. Skirting censorship failed. Okay. So when it gets stalled, just holds it up. So I wonder if we should give up on this one for now and go with a different law. Propertied women. More workforce. That would be good. We could use that. We are just starting to hit that point where... Alright. So we'd have a few states secede. Which ones were they again? Ecuador and Cauca. Probably not how you say that. Just build a barracks. Build another barracks. Outside of that, so those regions won't... so the troops in those regions will stay with us. I'll take the authority hit. We've got a little extra. No, I think we should only have one front once this opens up. If they actually make it. It's getting held up, so we should be good. And that gives us some new options for laws as well. Don't think we're short on taxation capacity. But we're now starting to get ready for some vacuum canning could be good. Food industries can be really profitable, I think. Open hearth process, that'll be helpful for steel once we get that up and running. Could support more declared interests. Oh, okay. Let's declare some interests. We want the Caribbean. And let's see. Where is our steel mill? Is it in this state? Yes. Okay, so steel's cheap because no one's really using it. But if we go to our arms industries, there we go. With rifles, that mixes up what we'll be producing here. Requires some small amount of steel. And anyone else who can start using steel. So we could actually expand our arms industries. Who else would use steel? Motor industries would. Don't have a need for that yet. Tooling workshops? We can do steel tools. That's right. Less iron, more steel. I think that'll start to balance out because the steel mill will hire. And as they hire, they'll produce more steel. We need coal. We need coal. Anyone else? Yes. Now we can build coal in Cundinamarca. Cundinamarca. All right, and that revolution threat went away. So property to women has a very good chance of becoming law. What are you guys up to? 10% a week. Same thing. I'm not afraid of these guys. The landowners and the Catholic Church. They're powerful because they're influential now. How does our government look now? Pretty strong, really. With the free trade and the Liberal Party. Landowners are unhappy. Not too much going on there. They want landed voting. Okay. That's something we could definitely take a look at. Not sure what our voting law is now. Okay. Restore legal guardianship. Pass. I wish we had more loyalists. And loyalists come through from, I think mostly from good standard of living. So let's cut taxes, see if that helps us a little bit. Yeah. That is helping. We got some more loyalists. Do have more radicals. They're mostly upset about women being people, but that's going to happen. And our budget's still decent. You know, it's not great, but we're surviving. We've got an investment pool. We can... Dark satanic mills. Dissatisfied with the inclusion of industrialists. Like it or not, industrialists are the future. Minus 25% authority for 5 years. I'll just stick with the industrialists. They're the ones who are going to pay the bills. So let's check on our production here. These guys are doing okay. How are our coal mines? This will produce more coal for us. And that should hopefully, in turn, drive the price down and then make our steel a little cheaper. Could use more steel demand. I wonder if we look at our shipyards, if anyone there is going to be using steel. They need engines and hardwood for that. I'm not set up for engines yet. I should be using the building browser for this. Textile mills. If we go to sewing machines, It'll be more clothes, but more tools, fabric, and dye. Furniture, we're already mechanized. Let's do some luxury furniture there. Tooling is already on steel tools. Paper mills, that's more about the input. We do smooth bores, how does that look? Less small arms, so we can't really afford that at the moment. Market squares, we need glass. We don't have any glass. So maybe a glass factory would be good. Glassworks, what do they run on? I'm guessing coal? Wood. They run on wood. So yeah, let's build that glassworks. Our credit limit's a little higher now. We have a little investment pool to buy us a couple of weeks while that glassworks is getting built. And this revolution's backing down. So what would landed voting look like? That'd actually be worse. That's not the direction I want to go. I wonder if I should just prepare for a civil war and go all out. All right, so the Liberal Party did extremely well in elections. The intelligentsia is doing well. They're anti-slavery. They're happy right now. What else are we getting? Reducing society technology cost, more migration attraction. So that's good for us. If we start seeing some other like crises around the world, we have a higher probability of people picking our country. So that's good for us. And with women working now, that increases our available workforce. Donation of knowledge, absolutely. More people working with the industrialists. And a free university. So that is cool. Now with this glassworks, let's see. We don't have lead. I don't believe we have lead production. Then we could do a little bit of ceramics production as well. And then maybe with these trade centers. Oh, let's look at our urban centers actually. Start to do some market squares. Gas streetlights. That should start to help us. It requires coal, but we can produce more coal. So I think that's going to just about wrap up what I had planned to go through today. We see a Haitian revolt brewing, so we'll take a look at that next time and maybe take advantage of this to take over Haiti. Managed to pull through a financial crisis, thank you to Austria. Put down a revolt and then really shifted power away from the Conservative Party toward the Liberal Party. So next time we're going to try to keep building that momentum and maybe try to get the intelligentsia rolling more, get them in power, and see what other reforms we can make. So thanks again for watching. Hope you're enjoying the videos, and have a good one.